Ford, our three officials, and good to have you with us in Salt Lake City. Can the Utah Jazz close it out in Game 5? And don't forget what happened last year against the Denver Nuggets. Mike Conley shares it early with Donovan Mitchell. And that's the way it begins.
And I like that shot.
Outscored the Memphis Grizzlies by 8 points in the first 12 minutes of play, and they can't afford that in an elimination game. Donovan Mitchell, awkward, but Gobert's on the.
Yeah, when Rudy's in there doing what he does, cleaning up the glass, and he does a lot of the dirty work. I know some people look at the contract and think that maybe he should be star in his role, and I think that he is worth that contract. I love what he does in there for Utah.
Not exactly a three-point threat, but he's not bad percentage-wise as Valanciunas gets the first points of the game for Memphis. On the wing, right back at it. In a short period of time, 26 career playoff games and 28 points a game. It'll be slow-mo, and the little scam as it's almost taken away by Royce O'Neal. One of them has to be an X-factor. Valanciunas 1 of 2 now on his triples. I don't know if that's in the game plan. Memphis still only down by 2, though, against a team that was 31-5 on their home floor. Good penetration, Bogdanovich. And Conley, he's killing his old team, isn't he?
They're getting great quality shots. Some people are skeptical of Utah. They're trying to figure out, can this team make a deep run? The way they move the ball tells me that they can. I love the fact that they consistently get great looks at the rim.
Good post entry. And Valanciunas.
I think the change of scenery was weird for him, as he had been in Memphis for 12 years. Getting used to playing with Donovan Mitchell was something different. And so this year he looks so much more comfortable, and he is really helping Utah do an incredible job.
If Utah wins it tonight, they wait to see who wins Dallas and the Clippers series. Dylan Brooks coming up short. One and done. Bogdanovich leaks out early. But good transition defense just the same by Memphis. Bogdanovich already with a triple. And if he's making Euro steps all his way to the rack.
Nice fake, and then he's moving through London with the Euro step right there. I just love the fact that he's back playing healthy this year. They truly missed him in the bubble last year. That's what a lot of people didn't talk about. When they lost that series to Denver, they didn't talk about Bogdanovich was missing from his team. As you see Bogdanovich, O'Neal in the corner, Utah clicking on all cylinders early.
Right now up by 14 on the 11-0 blitz. And that's a wide open 3. Corner, short corner 3. Ja Morant gets it right back. Hard off the heel in its season, but boy, they can't live without him. And especially when you consider what he did in game 2. 47. Off the glass. Guess who?
Donovan Mitchell, I like the mindset. And I think it was Giannis say this when they closed out Miami. We wanted to come out with the right mindset. We didn't want to play with our food. Donovan Mitchell's not playing with this food tonight. He is coming out trying to hit Memphis with the knockout punch to get his conditioning and everything back. Missing that much time and coming back in the playoffs is not an easy thing to do.
Missed the last 16 games of the regular season with the ankle injury, and then the first game of this matchup, and the only win for the Memphis Grizzlies when they won in Salt Lake City. Dylan Brooks. That's not his specialty, but it is a huge triple almost 7 minutes into the first quarter.
Dylan Brooks has played with so much confidence and a chip on his shoulder. It's like he has something to prove every night he steps onto the court, and on most nights he really proves to lots of people because he plays at
in the game. Jordan Clarkson gets to the hole right away. The 6th man of the year, averaging 18 a game. Good take. Dylan Brooks with the left hand.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Strong finish with the left as well.
So O'Neal in the backcourt. Clarkson out on the wing with O'Neal. And Bogdanovich wide open.
This is a clinic right now.
Yeah.
Utah has done all game long, and you can tell it's been an emphasis with the coaching staff.
Ja Morant, good entry.
Great D by Clarkson. Known for his offense. Great D right there. We got another 3.
Bogdanovich feeling it. Why not? Double up on getting stops at the first quarter from Memphis coming in. But you know how tough it is. They're 31-5 at home for a reason, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, and I was wondering what the mindset was going to be. Because sometimes you come into this game and when it's...
Desmond Bane, and Desmond Bane has been outstanding. The rookie out of TCU, especially from beyond the arc in his rookie season, 43%. And that leads all rookies.
And that's the key to having a very good team. You understand when you get it right at the top of the draft. But when you're able to get some guys later on in the draft, or some of these free agents that Memphis has been able to pick up, guys like Dylan Brooks, who wasn't a high draft.
When Joe Ingles gave him the award and it was a sweet moment.
Right.
Quinn Snyder told us they've got a really good relationship, a bond. Clarkson is a pick-me-up for everybody in that locker room, a chemistry guy.
I thought it was interesting that Quinn Snyder told us that he encourages Clarkson to take quick early threes early before the defense set. Played with Joe, would have loved to play for Quinn Snyder.
Right.
A coach encouraging you to take the quick three. Most of the time they tell you to turn that shot down.
Ja Morant, he's got it. It's almost like a string with a yo-yo. Is the way he handles the basketball.
They got to load up.
19-point game.
Got to load up. Give Rudy some help. Do not let Ja go at Rudy one-on-one right here. Make him see bodies.
Ja got there a couple of trips ago.
And you see Ja right here once again making Rudy think he's going right. Then he goes right back to the left. But when you have that big man out there on the island, come on. The of shot for Utah has been the story of the first quarter. We're going to talk about the three-pointers, and yes, they've knocked them down, but the looks have been incredibly easy.
Good drive and kick by Mike Conley on the dime. Now Morant. Final 45 seconds, setting things up. Jaren Jackson Jr. And hard to the hole with the left hand over Gobert. Was 50th back in 2016. After an outstanding career. It'll count if it goes. Look out.
Why not? It's been that type of quarter, Joel.
Look out.
Not? Never out of it.
Jordan Clarkson up against the rookie. And it'll be Rudy Gobert. Right place, right time of the air ball. In assist to turnover ratio. A guy is so sound off the bench for them. I thought he'd stay in Minneapolis. He's from the Twin Cities. On the take. How about Donovan Mitchell? Points. Anderson into the shot clock. He knew it on his way down. Gobert, make sure it's one and done. Nobody, the second chance opportunities have not been there at all, Brendan, for Memphis. Gobert, look out. Oh, he's got it on the hammer side.
You talk about Monty Williams possibly being coach of the year. I think he's very deserving, but Quinn Snyder's got to get some votes for coach of the year, too. I mean, coming into the season, I don't think anybody had Utah projected to finish #1. I think we thought they would be a top 4 or 5 team, but #1.
Valanciunas up against Favors and tapped home.
Man, Valanciunas early on, and that's not really his game, but he carves out so much space as far as with weak side duck ins and just being aggressive inside that he forces you to guard him.
And led the league in exactly what he did, but that's a breakdown defensively too. Led the league in second chance scoring this year. So not surprised to see him go back up and get it in.
Joe, did you see that pass though?
Bullet.
Man, I loved it. That's the next step in Donovan Mitchell's game as far as
a couple of years ago for Dennis Lindsay and the Utah Jazz, and then the trade bringing Jordan Clarkson here for Dante Exum. And what a bonus Clarkson's been. They signed him during the offseason.
Hold on, you said they traded
a 4-year deal.
They got Jordan Clarkson for who?
You heard me. Good job. And especially after the first game where they got beat at home.
Yeah, Utah's playing at an excellent level, and it just comes down to what their philosophy is. Their philosophy is they get their shots based on ball movement and body movement. And when you get your shots based on that, sometimes you can have nights like you're having tonight where you're able to just score at a high level as Joe.
Team down in Austin, and Taylor Jenkins was his assistant. Valanciunas already 2 triples.
Oh,
just a little off to the side. 16-point game, inside of 3 to play. It'll be Donovan. Everything working. Great signing. A really good young coach.
I think I played against Quinn Snyder in the NCAA tournament when he was at Missouri, too. When he was coaching Missouri.
I was going to say he was ahead of you at Duke.
No.
Dylan Brooks gets the triple. Goes deep. I was with you and Grant Hill earlier tonight. It really goes deep with Duke and Carolina. Man.
That's my guy, though. Hey, listen. There's a definitely a rivalry. Great finish.
Him credit, too. The staff putting everybody together on the same page. The chemistry is there.
Yeah, you definitely have great.
Look out.
Oh,
got away from Brooks again. A perfect first half. If you're into the Utah Jazz, the opposite end of the spectrum. The fans of the Grizz. And coming up, Kristen Ledlow, Sam Mitchell, Lloyd Pierce, the coaches with Kristen tonight in our American Express halftime studio.
My God, Uncle Sam Mitchell. Hey, listen, is there a better dressed announcer than Sam Mitchell? Sam Mitchell's always smooth. Oh, my God. Speaking of Donovan Mitchell, feels like things are working in his favor right now.
How about 23 points for Mitchell?
Oh.
On the take, Ja Morant curls it home.
To the wire if you're Dylan Brooks right now, but he's going early.
You're right. Doesn't get the roll. And as I said, you want to take it all the way down like you mentioned. Don't give him another chance. Donovan Mitchell. He sees now it's down. He'll take it. End of the half. Gets it! Do you believe this guy?
Who is it? He's the new wave of big men, the hybrid big that can play all over the court.
That kind of night for Memphis. Usually goes down for Kyle Anderson. He struggled last game from the outside, struggling tonight as well. Donovan finds Rudy. Gobert on the finger roll. So a closeout game. And Quinn Snyder didn't want to take any chances after what happened last year when they were up 3-1. Plus, you never know what can happen. Another breakdown. Nobody accounted for Favors.
With the injuries, but we have so many great young Devin Booker. There are so many guys like under the age of 26 and under that let me know the league is going to be in great hands moving forward when we get some of our elder statesmen like LeBron James to retire.
Jordan Clarkson.
Hello.
And the Memphis Grizzlies. So we're halfway through the third. And you also don't want to put more wear and tear on your team. And that's why Quinn Snyder really wanted to close it out tonight. You never know, and you never want an injury, but you never know when a guy comes down, turns an ankle. And all of a sudden it impacts the rest of your playoff experience.
You're right. But like I said, Bogdanovich had the three in the corner. He happened to miss it, but it's a great quality look. The play calling by Quinn Snyder and the offensive design is flawless.
Ja Morant stays with the
three right now. Flash needs to send me some gear.
Donovan Mitchell up to 28 with 8 assists. And that's the area of the game that you have said. Once he gets it and fills up the box every night, he's already a great scorer. Valanciunas from Desmond Bane.
So you understand who your keepers are right now. You know, of course, Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, Bane. They have some good young players on this team. And now it's like, okay, let's mix in some vets that can shoot the basketball and try to take us to another level.
Mid-range game, Desmond Bane. Hard off the heel. Donovan Mitchell.
Another layup.
And, right, that's what I said about floor balance defensively.
Okay.
I don't want you take it.
Well, listen, I was in practice all the time. So the fact that Utah is getting those shots, that's either on Ja in this case, or it looks like who's in the game. I wouldn't say Brooks, but whoever's playing the two right now.
Desmond.
For his guys later on in the ball game. I love the evolution of Donovan Mitchell. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there were some questions, but he is a true young NBA superstar.
Jordan Clarkson got what he wanted, and that third 12. Ja Morant. He's 8 of 17, 18 points. Joe Ingles picks it up. Sixth man of the year, averaging 18 a game. He knew where he wanted to go, and it's Niang. Niang did.
That really is going to keep him in the league for a long time.
Clarkson trapped. Niang deep.
Why not?
It's worked before. 14 of 34. And make it 35 now. 40% of the triples. So they've got 14 compared to just 7. Valanciunas in the paint.
The jump. The defensive effort really hasn't been there as far as multiple efforts. I saw it for a quick second in the second quarter from the second unit, but it just hasn't been at a playoff level. If you want to win a playoff, it is. But guess what? If you're working at Bojangles and you burning on the fries, I tell you what they're not going to do is give you a promotion and let you mess up the biscuits. I just don't understand how Brad Stevens type of story, these type of things. But he was just so humble and just so gracious that I hadn't even heard that he was doing well. And obviously staying in the draft, Joe, was the right move.
Well, and that's a lucky number lately in NBA drafts. 13th overall. Jaren Jackson Jr. fills it up again.
Like
24-point game.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr., even though the game is a little out of hand, he is not settling. He's not just out there clocking and counting down the minutes. He's still trying that he's really serious and that this Atlanta team is serious with all the offensive players that they have that can score the basketball. As Joe Ingles that's Bogdanovich blew the chippy right there.
By the way, Donovan Mitchell just sat down for the night, but if he joined us a little bit late, he put on a show in the first quarter. He extended the lead dramatically for them to the point where it had to be frustration for him.
The first quarter and set the tone for how this game was going to be played, and his teammates followed.
9 dimes. That's a good story for them. Ja Morant and Joel Myers, Brendan Haywood. And now guess who's back in the game? Restoring some order. Donovan Mitchell.
Quinn Snyder's not playing any games. He doesn't want any miraculous comebacks to happen. He's going to get his star back in there and make sure that the Jazz close this game out right.
Beautiful pass. Royce O'Neal. Donovan Mitchell on the assist. Now that's his 10th dime.
Donovan Mitchell put a little bit of sauce on that one. The behind the back, Royce O'Neal finishing off with the 3 from the top of the key. Right now, Utah they're just playing at a way higher level than Memphis.
Ja Morant denied. It's Melton and a beautiful corner 3. It's paid off in the postseason, and it should continue. They know their roles. Jordan Clarkson picked up by Melton. Nobody stops the basketball. And he's going to the line looking at the three-point play. They say Donovan Mitchell got a piece of him. Up strengths. And they know it in Utah. Young man with the basketball,
Great
especially.
pass. Oh, come
Rudy,
on, Rudy
back at it.
Rudy's pass.
That's 13 on the glass. 13 boards to go along. With 21 points for Rudy Gobert. Going to be Dylan Brooks. Got a triple.
Go to the rope.
They were down by as many as 35 in the first half. Clarkson unaccounted for. And guess who? Rudy Gobert. What an entry. Gobert handles it. Deep one. Royce O'Neal. And look at the effort of Donovan Mitchell. Still going after a second chance. Off the lip of the rim. Tyus Jones. I've always liked his game since Minneapolis with the Wolves. Coming over in third straight year. He's really done a great job for them off the bench as the lead guard in the second unit. Donovan working on Brooks. And the floater. He's up to 30.
Being a man is forgiveness. And you have to have tough talks with guys that are your friends and your brothers and forgive, and that's what happened. Rudy and Donovan, they got together, they talked, now they're back to where they were before.
Xavier Tillman, a guy that we like. And they
11th or 9th place, I forgot which one, but for them to finish the season at 5 and then be able to go out there and win a playoff series, man, that just shows me Nate McMillan did a great job. I didn't think he should have lost his job with the Pacers.
By the way, did Nate sign that 10-year extension yet?
I don't know. His agent won't have to do much work this offseason. They're going to have to truck for Nate a little bit. 3 or 4 year deal with some good money on it.
Brandon Clark, and that'll be the last basket. So they're eliminated after taking the first game. 4 straight for the